And so have you ever used the Drake caption for any of your photos?
Course, yeah.
Like what?
I think I've done like running through the 617. You know, like I have to like make it like also it's mine. What else? I think I've done like if I didn't do it like a full post, I've definitely done like a caption for like a story. I think I've done like I only love my bed and my mama, like when I cleaned my room, like something like that.
Hello there, episode 20 of the It's Always Something podcast, produced by Hurley, who we don't have enough cameras, but this is our pal portrait.
You guys can see me through that.
Huh?
You guys can see me through that.
That's right. So we are at Niagara Falls. Love this journey for us. I always think about that episode of The Office where Jim and Pam, go on the boat and, finish their wedding.
Why do you think I made that?
Oh, did you do it because I love The Office? And do you like The Office too?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I'm not obsessed with it like some people are.
What the fuck is it? What's up with guests acting like they can just intrude on the intro?
Oh, I didn't cut the corners.
No, just keep your yapper shut.
Okay.
Like, this is not your show, so just hold on for a second. Produced by Hurley and Big Night Media, live from our studios here in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is JD, and I'm here to announce that I have finally, ladies and gentlemen, lost my virginity. Yes. My Richie's virginity, that is. I had my first slush the other day. And that was like a big thing. What are you laughing? No, shut up. Don't address it yet. And so, yeah, I had like an Italian shaved ice. It's like really big out here. And so I had my first one the other day. Glad everyone cares. Hurley, when I think of all-time great sequels, I think of Dark Knight.
Yes.
I think of Lord of the Rings. Whatever one is second.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is a good one. I think Finding Dory. Born Supremacy, Hunger Games, Scream, Toy Story 2. Everything has a 2 by the end of it. I'm just saying the name of it, and then you put the 2 at the end. The Godfather 2. Ninja Turtles, Return of the Ooze.
It's Always Something, Season 2.
It's Always Something, Season 2. Correct, you get it. But today we decide whether the sequel to this podcast, if it sucks or not, because we have a reoccurring theme happening here. This is the second time through. Will it join the ranks of Dumb and Dumber 2? Will it join the ranks of Zoolander 2? Anchorman 2? Deuce Bigelow? European Gigolo? We'll find out now, because a bitch is back. Mike Montiel is here.
Can I talk now?
You can talk now.
I'm back. You must need the views.
Sure do. Hey,
must have saw a drop.
How has your life changed since our first episode together? How has everything changed? I have merch. You do have merch? Yes, you do.
A little plug.
Little Booked and Blessed mug. Shout out to everyone that's copped that. Still available in the store.
I love being able to listen to myself for a full hour on like all channels.
Right, on all platforms. Yeah. What was some of the best feedback you got from the episode?
How like our flow is just untouchable.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people don't realize that we had a show.
Yeah.
Well, I had a show, and
we had
a show. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, we've worked for a long time. We worked for 4 or 5 years. So I mean, that's a no-brainer. How's life been, man? Has it been all right?
Life has been good.
Yeah.
Summer. I mean, it was a little wet.
Right.
A little rainy. I'm not as bronze as I like to be by Labor Day, but. It's I can't complain.
Have any trips been ruined for you?
No,
a lot of people
because it was my year of weddings. So even if I wanted a trip, I couldn't afford a wedding and a trip. Every wedding's been my vacation.
that kind of sucks. Are you one of those people that has to you go and purchase something before the wedding, like right before it, or do you have wedding clothes? Ready to go?
I have like one navy blue blazer that I can rotate.
You recycle that, with just different colors.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I need to get a suit, an adult purchase.
I just bought one. It was like $400.
Where'd you get? Build-A-Bear?
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know Mike was here to tell jokes. No, my buddy made us all like buy suits instead of renting them, and so I got it tailored. It was my first like tailored suit, so I feel kind of bossy and flossy.
Good. That's like an investment,
right? And so I mean, he's like, you're gonna be able to rotate it with whatever, so it's pretty fly. I mean, for me, life has been kind of wild, man. It's starting to. I mean, I can't believe we're getting to the end of the year.
I know.
Like September is
Halloween's like here tomorrow.
I don't say that yet because people do jump from.
I have my costume from like last November 1st. I'm like, I already know what I'm being next year.
That's Hurley. Do you know what you're gonna be for Halloween?
Absolutely not.
No?
Every year.
Yeah,
I never plan
Because
it.
you guys are straight.
That is also
Hurley straight. You're questionable.
Don't Shawn Mendes me right now.
I know.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Like
Shawn Mendes. That I know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I don't know. Okay, that is not my area. Okay, but listen, I'm gonna be hitting the road here pretty soon. I'm doing these like fangirl fantasy events with my friend Julie.
Tour.
So yeah, we're like going to Nashville. We're going to Virginia, Washington D.C. It's been a dream of mine to travel and DJ. Like I've always wanted to hit the road, hit cities. I love food. I love going on Yelp.
Camp Rock?
Yeah.
Has that been the dream?
I just didn't imagine that I would be playing like One Direction, Jonas Brothers. Like that was my ticket
that's because
out.
God doesn't give with both hands. You can't get both.
Fair enough. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was in the contract. And so yeah, we're hitting the road, and we just announced Olivia Rodrigo and Taylor Swift night. I think we're gonna be doing
Sweet
that
and
at
sour night.
We're gonna be doing that at like Brighton Music Hall. It's gonna be so lit, dude. I'm so stoked. And I mean, Olivia Rodrigo is just that chick right now.
Yeah, she is the it girl of the moment.
So if you're looking for some, you want to go apple picking, and then you want to come to like a Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo night.
Basic bitch Saturday.
And
fantasy.
we are locked in. That is a fangirl's
apple picking
fantasy.
by noon. Screaming driver license by midnight.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Full blast. Yeah, no, it's happening. And so yeah, I mean, like, you can go ahead and hit me up if you want to be a part of those situations, because I'm sure they're going to sell out pretty quick. And also, I don't know how you get down with Netflix, but I'm very selective. Like when I pick a show, I live in that world until I finish.
Oh yeah, I make shows like my personality for like a month.
Right.
It's like I literally act like I'm the only one watching it. Like White Lotus, like I was like, it's my show, it's for me. Now it's over. Now I have to find a new show to like make my personality.
What's White Lotus?
It was a show on HBO.
Oh, okay.
It was like so good. It followed like these bunch of random people all staying at a resort for a week, and like it was just crazy. You didn't know what was gonna happen. Ending was kind of like,
is it like murdery? Or like people
kinda,
oh, okay.
But not really. Like it's not like its whole premise isn't on like who done it, but it's like it's an HBO show. Highly recommend.
No, you sold it good.
Jennifer Coolidge is in it. You're such a dick. Like how do you not know? Everyone was talking about it for like weeks.
I canceled my HBO as part of my cable, so I know. It's gonna be bad. Did you say broke? Broke.
Damn. No HBO Max.
No, I'm sad because when Succession comes back in October, I'm gonna need someone's login info.
Yeah, well, I use somebody else's. So it's the one thing I don't have.
I knew it, dude. I knew it. I knew it.
I use Dylan's.
Fair. And I just started watching Manifest. So I just heard season 3 just dropped, so don't ruin it for me. Have you watched Manifest?
So I started Manifest when it was on TV, fell off.
What channel was it on TV?
It was on like
TNT or something,
No, it was on
right?
like ABC. It was like one of those shows on like a Wednesday night at 8. ABC
I had
or
no
Fox.
clue. I thought it was just Netflix.
No, and then so I saw you posting about it. Look at you influencing the influencer. So I went and was like, oh, I'll watch it. I watched it on Tuesday, and then halfway through, I was like, this show is not good.
I wouldn't expect you to like it. The first episode is really it's very sketchy with the acting. You have to like really grind through it.
Yeah, and like it's getting a little weirdly religious where I'm at, so I'm like, oh, for that shocks, I'm out.
I wonder if they try to bait you on that and then they go in a different direction.
How far are you on?
I'm gonna finish season 1.
Yeah, I'm like in the middle of season 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you just gotta keep rolling.
Well, I don't even watch Breaking Bad because they're like, you need to watch till season 3. Like, no, I don't need to watch.
I hate when people do that too.
Yeah,
they're like, don't worry, if you just get through the first 9 seasons,
the series finale is the greatest. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not I'll IMDb it. I'm not watching it.
No, I totally agree. I hate that. Like if you can't bait me in probably within, I'm one of those consumers. You got the first 30 seconds are so crucial.
Yeah, you have literally. I either need to see like a hot dumb blonde girl
Someone's got to be
that
getting
I'm like,
pounded.
I want to be her, or I
Yeah.
want to see a hot dumb guy, and then if not, I'm out.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. Yeah, so Manifest has been, I don't know, but like I'm living in that world right now. So that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm going to be until I finish it. And I like completely cut everything off in my life. Like that is my.
How much are you cutting off?
So much, dude. I do. Listen, my time has come to a close, man. Unemployment is over.
Yeah.
So
seriously.
I don't know what we're gonna do. Hurley, are you hiring, man? Or do you need an assistant to the producer manager? Like,
I love one.
it's getting to the tail end here. And speaking of unemployment running out here in Boston, the mask mandate is officially in.
God,
this is now
back. She's like the ex I can't get rid of.
I understand that. And here's what I'll say, because we're not going to get crazy political here. And listen, I love politics, but for me, with the mask mandate going in, it's really interesting that like the governor always, like Governor Baker's pretty optimistic. Mm-hmm. No one is going to like the governor of anything.
Yeah.
He seems very optimistic, and all the rules that he's given Massachusetts have been probably as good as you can do.
Totally.
Being someone in his position. But Boston be on some bullshit, like Mayor Walsh and Kim Janey, like they both have been very. Is progressive the right word? As far as or they've just been extremely proactive and cautious. Like they've been quadruple cautious, and I can only speak for myself as someone who lost their job, not only lost their job, but literally lost income. And Hurley's a DJ too. Yeah. So like we literally
lost a whole radio station.
Right. We lost a whole ass radio station. But for me, I mean, we literally lost gigs where we couldn't even go out to do it.
Totally.
So what's up? Were you going to say something?
I just agree.
So with the mask mandate being in effect, I've gotten actually a lot of questions, people that, are in my apartment community that live with, are in my area, and people that just know what I do, and then people that normally will come out to support like the nights. Yeah. They're like, hey, what happens here? Well, first it depends on what city you live in. So this is just for Boston, right? So the mask mandate is just for Boston.
Yeah, it's not even Massachusetts.
Oh,
right.
Well, Somerville is like...
And Somerville,
they are like SWAT. They're like, where's your mask? My friend Dylan couldn't get iced coffee. Dunkin's literally, and this was before we didn't know Somerville had like already like put it in full effect, and they were like,
he went inside.
He went in, like was in CVS with no mask, then went to Dunkin' right next door on Broadway, and they were like, we can't serve you.
I know they've been pretty strict.
As someone who doesn't leave their house ever, I was like, oh wow, that's like in full effect. Like, well, it doesn't matter when you Grubhub iced coffee for $15.
When you've been Uber Eats and Instacart and all of those things. No, it's just been really interesting to see kind of how it all plays out. So I actually went on the website at boston.gov, and they're trying to call, and this is a lot of areas in the country. I think a lot of places have already implemented their indoor for.
Yeah, California's
been doing this. I know, like my parents in the Bay Area, this has been happening. Yeah. And we've needed to fix the steroid variant first, man. I don't know why we're addressing the mask mandate. We need to or the Delta variant.
Yeah,
we need
literally.
We've had so many people steroid, and if you're not from here, there's a road out here called Steroid Drive. And a lot of kids are going to be moving in for college, and that's a big reason why they're also implementing the mask mandate here in Boston. And so cars will drive on this road, and there's nowhere to go. There's only a handful of exits. So if you're a moving truck or you're a truck in general, you will literally crush yourself. You'll crush your car. And I love the people that are like, I think I can do it. And then they do that. They go for it. They're like, well, let's guess. I'm like, why would you guess going 35, 40 miles an hour? You really think
your insurance is that? I want their insurance. I want to trust my insurance company as much as people who get steroid on Steroid Drive.
And then the people that probably rent U-Hauls, they don't know about that kind of insurance
no
probably.
Way.
So imagine if you're like moving
I
for
would
college.
not. Yeah. I'd be like, fuck, I have to live out of this U-Haul now because it's all I can afford.
Right. I'm glad I have everything now. Yeah, and then so when someone gets steroid and they basically stop traffic, and it is awful. I mean, if there isn't any, and there's nowhere to pull over.
Have you ever been like the person who started traffic? I have.
But luckily there was some traffic going on, but I would have been you. So
No, I'm like full blown, like there's backup on 93 South, like me. I started.
What happened? What was it?
I was driving home from school, driving to school. I was home for Easter. It was me when I went to college. And me and my friend Gina, we were on 93 South, like all of a sudden, like, and I was always riding dirty. Like I always had I was either like, my license was suspended, I was still driving. My license expired, still driving. My registration, what is it? Inspection stickers from like 4 years ago. Like I was always a menace to society on the road, which is why I don't drive anymore. But we were driving home, and all of a sudden I had this terrible busted Jeep Grand Cherokee that like I had to jump start every time I went to drive, and my windows rolled down. It was like a mess, and all of a sudden, like she just stopped right on 93 South. Like I didn't know.
Like in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
Oh, word.
In the middle of the highway. Like,
so what'd you do? Did you get out or you push it or like?
No, I was just like, I threw my hazards on and like, it's like these are the moments where I'm like, wow, you're not a girl. Like you can't just get away with being like, what do I do? Like what? Well, let me call my dad. Cause like, I don't have one of those. So I'm like, what do I do? And then like the cops came and like pushed me all the way over to the side. It was just...
Oh, you had to wait for the cops?
Yeah. Like he had to like, I had to put it in neutral and like turn the wheel as far as it could go so he could like push me to the breakdown lane. So then like the road could clear. And then when I got in the tow truck, it was literally like major backup on 93 South. Like, and I was like, I started that. I started.
That was me. I was a trendsetter.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, it's just miserable. It's such a miserable feeling when you're the reason for it and then when you're in traffic, you've already waited that long, so you might as well just see what all the commotion is.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, I'm like, all right, jerk. Move over. Goodbye.
Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, we went on a sturo tangent. I love that. But yeah, so to clarify with Boston stuff, with what I read, as long as you are actively drinking or eating, then you don't have to have your mask on. So in the clubs,
as long as I got a vodka soda in my hand,
right,
that mask can be off.
Then you're good to go. From what I've read from Boston. What'd you say?
Love a loophole.
Love a gray area.
The second someone's, I'm gonna be like, well, do you listen to JD's podcast? He told me.
Oh, yeah, I'm the source?
Yeah. He told me, as I'm like getting pulled out, I'm like, he told me as long as I had a cup in my hand.
Big night media. It's always something.
I could keep my mask off.
Oh, then I should probably put out the disclaimer now that I am not your source of information. Don't follow anything I say. I copied and paste what I read.
I'm following it.
So yeah, so as long as in the Boston area, I mean, they're gonna probably make you wear the mask. So I would walking in. So I would suggest that you have it on as you're going in.
She's always locked and loaded.
Yeah, dude. It's just, we have so many college kids that come. I mean, and
with all their germs.
And all it's been so long. I totally forgot what it was like when that many people come into the city.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, Harvard, MIT. I just named the best ones.
Yeah, you just literally named two.
Like Leslie College, where we got some heaters you want to throw in there.
Yeah.
Emerson,
Simmons,
Suffolk.
Yeah, Suffolk.
So
UMass Boston.
So yeah, I think that was as far as everything mask mandate that I just kind of wanted to tackle real quick, because I did get a lot of messages and stuff around it for people that are going to be coming out, especially to like big night venues and stuff. But the real reason why I have Mike on today is Avi to talk pop culture. I mean, we have to do it. I mean, it's just been...
And you missed me.
I have missed you. Because, I don't pay attention to the blogs as much. I am on Twitter a lot, and that's how I get a lot of, what's trending and, how I kind of stay in the loop. But I do not go to like the Perez Hilton, Just Jared's.
2004?
What blogs do you go to?
I get it all from Twitter. And then I follow I follow Dumois. That's like my everything.
I don't know what that is.
That's like, it's basically our version of Gossip Girl. It will like post like blind items, like not like in like the fun Gossip Girl way, like spotted, but it's like they'll blur out the celebrity. Like people just will submit like, oh, I saw, like I said, Stassi from Vanderpump Rules was at the Oyster House, and it got like posted there.
So, and how quick does that go up? So if someone,
Instant.
oh wow,
Instant.
that quick.
Oh yeah, I love it. And so like I follow that, and then like now everything is like I'll follow like specific things. Like I follow so many Bravo Instagrams to just get like all my Housewives tea.
Fair. And
Yeah.
well, everybody, it all depends on kind of like what you're looking for too. But yeah, it's been so delightful to not have to go through the blogs. But I figured, we do need to talk about some pop culture because there has been some things that are going on, and I just need to, keep this muscle loose in the event that someone like a radio station or anyone
someone decides to book my boy. He needs a, you hear that? Unemployment's running out.
No, it's out. So let's dive in first. Where do you want to start here? Like, do you want to start with stuff that you're really interested in? Because I'm not interested in the same things you are.
What is that supposed to mean?
That means that you like fucking some weird shit, and I don't follow it. Like all the Bravo stuff, I don't follow none of that. I do know whatever. I get hella confused with Real Housewives because there's so many, right?
Like,
okay, because there are just so many things that are happening, and there's no names that stick to me.
Well,
So
yeah, because the cast can always switch up. So
got you.
That's one of the things I want to talk about.
Okay.
New York is like an OG season, like up there with like OC, like one of the first, I think, like spinoffs. And this was like the worst season that it's had.
What makes it a bad season?
It's just boring. There's like it also sucks because they filmed this like New York City full blown pandemic. So like options are limited, but like they've been kind of needing like a shakeup, and like rumor has it like they haven't filmed the reunion yet. The season finale is next week, and normally like season finale happens and we get like 3 more parts because it's like usually a 3-part reunion, and they haven't done it because there was a rumor that Ramona, who's like an OG cast member who's been a little problematic this season, is like getting fired, and she's like throwing a fit, and then like so there's so many like he said she saids with it right now that like no one knows what's happening with New York or like who's staying, who's going, and it's like up there with like Orange County because it's like the second franchise that like they rolled out.
I mean, they all have their own separate lives. This isn't like a reality show. That's such a stupid question. I know, right? Is it like Basketball Wives?
Yeah, no, it's like it's just like it's literally I'm watching them eat lunch and go to dinner and go on vacation.
Yeah,
and
what about these shows
so
do you
much
like so much? What is it?
Well,
why do people like these shows?
Because I grew up like on like a Laguna Beach, the hills, and when I'm telling you like when I turned 20, I just thought like my 20s would be like just going out to lunch. Like that's like what and it honestly kind of is. So
my 20s are just going out
I
to
love
lunch.
watching them go out and like order that big, even like Kardashians, like that big plastic
Salad.
bowl salad.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
I love it. And they're just talking about people. I love going out to lunch for that exact reason. But like, it's nice to watch. So that's what happened. So they filmed Laguna Beach, and the producers of MTV were like, how much fun would it be to film the moms of these girls? Because the girls are crazy. The moms are equally as crazy. And that's how Real Housewives Orange County was born.
And that was probably the biggest season?
That was the first one, and they're like, so they've been like falling from the rails, and they just did like a shakeup because they brought back like one of a really good cast member for the season that's filming now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll like bring them back, but OC had been like slipping off the rails. I stopped watching that, and that was like the first one me and my mom always watched.
How many are going at one time?
Oh, it's like.
Do you feel the same way?
No, it's like it's like a job. So right now, like right now in the summer, we have Beverly Hills, which is like top tier, because Erica Jane, I'm sure who is married to Tom Giardi, who was like the lawyer, who's like a really big lawyer, who like inspired the Erin Brockovich movie. He's that lawyer that helped her sue PG and get all the millions. So he's like a lawyer, but like a lawyer that like we could hire if we wanted to sue someone, not like a big celebrity lawyer. And it came out this November that like he had been like chipping away at these people's settlements and like stealing from, in quotes, orphans and widows. So like it got exposed. So this whole season is her navigating that, like what's coming out in like the news, and like what we found out in like November, and like more and more stuff's coming out in like real time. So now everyone's like watching it like, did she know or did she not know? So that
she had to.
I at first thought she didn't. I was like, she must not know. And now I'm like, she is a bad actress. If she like, I think she knew.
She had to.
She thinks she knew more than she. I think she knew. It just was like doesn't know the details, but knew what was happening. So that's right now. We have Real Housewives Potomac, which is so good. They're they like fight. I
like
love,
fist fight, like
yeah.
altercations.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I love it. And then we are wrapping up New York next week.
Okay, so my question here is for people that have literally given absolutely two fucks about everything you've just said.
Yeah.
If they wanted to completely catch up on everything.
Okay, so like a
If I wanted to catch
chew
up,
it
I'm
down.
like, oh, okay, this is great. How can I catch up from the beginning to now? How long would that take me?
If you want to watch like in full, like weeks,
I want to be a part. I want to be a part of it.
I would say like it's a dedication weeks, but they're all on Hulu, so you can kind of chew through it.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like 45 to an hour. But if you want like a bridge, like I wanted the spark notes of it, watch the reunions. And
Okay,
that,
that's usually
that
what brings it all
recaps
together.
everything, gives them all talk, and then like, everything stems from that. So like the next season, like drama is lingering from the reunion. So
Gotcha.
it all, my old roommate like did that when she caught up, and now she went back and rewatched everything. But like for a fast track, she just did all the reunions.
I know it's really popular. So, but I'm once again, even though you sold it really well.
I know, it's like my thing. My one passion project is like that and Instagram.
My passion project.
Yeah, like I love talking Real Housewives. Like I have like my girlfriends who don't watch. Like my friend Sarah like happened to be over and she was like hooked, and I was like, it's the one thing where people like, if you can watch it but don't ask me questions. I'm like, all right, so you want to know all? I love talking about it because I've watched for so long. So like I know like season 4, this is what happened, because like me and my mom like did nothing but watch Bravo for years.
I love that I thought just being in my 20s was going out to lunch.
I did. I was like convinced. Like I'm just gonna go out to lunch every day. We go out to lunch, and I like didn't think that like I'd be paying for the lunch though.
Right. Yeah. Until it gets
Different.
real.
It feels different.
No, I'm following. What do you think about Kylie Jenner being preggo with number 2?
I mean, love that for her. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, she's young, so like good for her. But when you're a billionaire, like just be popping kids out like nothing. But she was playing coy about it. So did you see the whole reason why it came out is because Caitlyn Jenner was said to TMZ that she's going to be having a 19th grandchild. So I saw on TikTok, because that's also where I get my celebrity news, that Kylie had posted like an old picture in the dress that she wore for her birthday, and how it was clocked was her nails were different. Because when she posted her Instagram story of like her out at her birthday party, it wasn't pictures of hers, it was just like what's happening. It wasn't like, and no one posted a picture of her. So it was like 2 weeks before Caitlyn Jenner did that little slip up that everyone was like, oh, Kylie Jenner's probably pregnant with baby number 2, because we haven't seen we didn't see any like recent post from that birthday party.
I can't believe that is an actual topic.
I know.
That
And then I went back.
nails.
I like looked at her birthday post and looked at her nails, and then went back to her. So I'm like, oh, her nails are different. So you're pregnant.
You had to check your work.
Yeah, yeah. A little QA action. Let me make sure the source is reliable.
You want to know what I love about Kylie Jenner? Other than I feel like we can go the hypocritical route of beauty standards or whatever. I'm not qualified to.
No, I like that she doesn't want to be a celebrity. That's my favorite thing about her.
So here's the thing. This is my contribution to this, is that I feel she's a really respected businesswoman.
Yeah.
And how I know that is because her product does really well. So I feel like that would be the first thing people would want to attack, is like, oh, Kylie's lip kit or whatever is like, it's trash. It's whatever.
It's good.
You can get it at, CVS for $3 and it's blah, blah, blah. But I have seen that people really respect her product. So there's like a legitimacy behind it. So there's a want, there's a desire, and it's accessible, right? It's not like Kanye Yeezys where...
No, yeah, it's definitely not like getting like a PS5. Like it's pretty, like when they have like the drops, like I'm sure like the full kit sell out. But for the most part, I think you can still grab.
Like you can get it,
yeah.
Right. And so she's making a ton of money off that, but she also seems legit. And maybe I was just, maybe she just sold it really well. She seems like she wants to be a mom.
Yeah, no, and that's what I like about her, as like someone who's still mourning the loss of the Kardashians being over. It's
Mourning the loss.
It's literally like my whole family died. So on that, like the last couple episodes, she was saying like this was like she didn't want this. She like just wants to be a mom. Like she just wants to like do this. Like she was like even like kind of with Courtney like sprinkled in whatever minimum contract she had to fulfill for the show, but like that was it. Like you didn't see anything of her.
And you know what? The only thing that I don't like, and it's not up to me, obviously, but these kids will never have a normal life. So it's like regardless.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. So there were pictures that came out yesterday of Kylie posting Stormy in front of a yellow school bus, and I saw on Twitter, because you know everything, that's like my Bible, someone goes, oh my God, Stormy got to pretend to be poor for the day. It was like she wanted pictures in a bus. Like imagine like that's like, so she was like, so like we just went and rented a bus for her to like walk on with her backpack.
like you know, everyone out.
There was no one on the bus. It was just, and it wasn't even like you didn't even get to see Stormy's face. It was just like her like with her back to the bus and then like her back down the aisles. It's like, what is this? Like a school shoot? Catalog? Yeah. But when I ever saw Stormy got to pretend to be poor for the day, I lost it. Because that girl, that's the last time she'll ever touch a yellow school bus ever.
Exactly. And that sucks because she'll never have the feeling of what it's like, you know.
Yeah, riding with no seatbelt.
You know, seats taken. You know, in Forrest Gump, seats taken. It'll never happen.
Yeah.
That's funny. She got to pretend to be poor for a day. Twitter is so ruthless.
It's true,
like
though,
I bet you if you went down the rabbit hole, there are like 50 things that are just as good under that.
I feel that though. Like I went to private elementary school and we didn't take the bus, and I was like, I just want to take the bus. Everyone was like, and then when I finally took the bus, I was like, I want to ride to school. I was like, I hate the bus.
Yeah, first world problems.
Yeah,
it's just that, you know, because you can't ever keep it under wraps. So I feel for the kids, and it's not. I mean, it's Kylie's fault, you know, but it's also not her fault.
Did
I
you
guess.
See Travis finally took a plane for the first time since
Travis from Blink-182? Yeah, I know that was a huge phobia
because of his Courtney.
Gosh,
Courtney
dude,
got him on a plane.
They're pretty. They're sexy.
I am
together,
so
man.
into it. I love it. I can't wait for them to get married.
I always say,
Yeah, you.
I love when rock stars act like rock stars, and I love when people act like the stereotype.
Yeah, I love it.
That
I
shit.
love it. And they give me so like rocker and like Valley Girl.
I want to know
I
all
love
of
the
it.
whole vibe.
Like I want to feel dirty through you.
And I love that they're hanging out with like Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Like that's like your couple friends. Love.
Everyone's fucking
Love it. It's
everywhere.
dirty. It's gross. And like Princess Kourtney Kardashian. I'm so into it.
Yeah, and she's one of my favorites out of everyone. The Jenners are like, you know, Kendall and Kylie are some of my faves. And we'll keep it in the family with Kanye, because I read that he's going to be giving out he's giving out vaccine. But he's going to have vaccines accessible at his Chicago listening party. So around 1,500 vaccines for people who want to get vaccinated. And everything's going really well on this listening party. I guess he made like $7 million in merch, or, you know, something I read.
And he's like changing the lyrics though, like at every listening party, right? Like there's that one song that like keeps getting changed.
Here's the thing. And I say it with all due respect, I'm not checking for Kanye music. And on top of that,
Me neither.
You know, this is how I love my artists. When the artists come into town, like I want to hear Kanye perform Gold Digger. I want to hear him perform all these things. Of course, I'm selfish.
See them at a Vegas show. Like you're not gonna get that.
Well, we're not gonna get that for Kanye because and this is what I admire about him. You know, because I just want my artist to come in, play the hits, and then go. Like, you know what I mean? That's, you know, I get a lot of joy, and he has such a thick catalog that when he like tries something different, I'm just like, you know, can you just perform the hits and, you know, do a couple new songs if you need to and move on? But what I love about Kanye is that he has this vision, and he's talked about it numerous times, that mainstream media has dictated how some people feel and how they want to try ideas. And I do believe, and he puts his money behind it, his vision is too big, and he has gotten to a point where he doesn't fucking care about your opinion, and he's just gonna do it. Now, there's a lot of things about Kanye that I don't like and respect and all that shit. I'm just saying from a creator point of view, I really respect what he does, because he has this vision. He thinks about it at large scale. He knows, you know, what he wants to do. He's very Michael Jackson-esque. He's just like, no, this is how it's going to be. This is how I want it. Yeah. Fair? Yeah. I mean, he's not like my cup of tea. Like I'm not like
dropping everything to like listen to a new Kanye song or like see him on tour.
My buddy Strawberry, who does mornings in Seattle, he asked this awesome question because the beef going on with Kanye posting Drake's address,
yeah,
and Drake responding, haha, just laughing
Just
in his
laughed it
IG.
off.
My boy Strawberry asked this awesome question: if Kanye West and Drake dropped on the same day, which album would you go first?
Drake.
Yeah, he just doesn't miss.
Yeah, I would go Drake. One, just because like I mean he's more like, as someone who's not really into like rap, like I'll listen to the mainstream, but I'm not like Kanye, like I'm not listening to him.
I have a question that I'm genuinely curious about. When Drake drops, all the captions, are he has found that lane where he's so great that the simplest thing he says hits.
Oh yeah.
And so have you ever used the Drake caption for any of your
course,
photos?
Yeah.
Like what?
I think I've done like running through the 617. Like I have to like make it like also it's mine. What else? I think I've done like if I didn't do it like a full post, I've definitely done like a caption for like a story. I think I've done like I only live my bed and my mama, like when I cleaned my room, like something like that. I've definitely have done like whatever is like pop.
Yeah, no, for sure. I listen to Drake too, but I shout out to Kanye. I love that he's rebuilding his childhood home in the middle. I love his ideas, and I love that he he just pursues them, and I think at all risks. And I don't need to like Kanye. I don't know him personally, so all I can judge is based off of what I see.
Yeah, and I feel like I know Drake because I watched Degrassi. So like
you've been invested from the jump.
I'm loyal. I remember him in a wheelchair.
Right, you've been there, pre-dub,
Yeah.
pre-wheelchair and post. The crate challenge.
So that's like one thing. I'll do a lot to go viral. That is not it.
It sure isn't.
First of all, I'd fall the first step. You think it's gonna hold my big body?
Like I didn't do enough research to find out where it started.
It had to have been TikTok. I'm like putting.
But like, who was the first person to do it?
Who
like,
knows?
where was the original?
I have no idea. But I've been loving I saw a girl do it in heels. And
I saw
make it
that.
through. I love the ones where you see the one where the kids, like the guys on the top, the middle one, and they like just boot it down. Like didn't even give them the shot. I saw a tweet.
I saw a meme that said Spirit Airlines has a new boarding process. It's
dead ass. I saw a tweet that was Rob from Ridiculousness.
Rob
the one I
Dyrdek?
say you remind me of. Yeah, I saw a tweet that was like Rob Dyrdek is dropping these crates off all over America just so he has new content for Ridiculousness.
Oh my! It's not his fault, man. But God, that MTV's got to switch that shit up.
It's because they don't have to pay anyone. I love my MTV, and I'm like, why can't I watch a rerun of the challenge?
Right. They have so much programming at their disposal.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, my knees are way too bad. Have you done a crate challenge, Hurley?
I have not. Nope.
Have you
Don't
seen?
plan on it.
Is anyone here in the office plan on doing one? I know it's the general question of where people are getting.
Like Home Depot and
Okay, so you can get them.
Amazon. They talk about taking it and run with it. They're like $30 a pop.
$30 per crate?
Per crate.
Fuck out of here, dude. That's
Like, it's
great.
like-
Wait, really?
Yeah, but I saw a tweet that was like, look at Amazon trying to cash in.
Might as well. People are dumb as shit.
Dumb
buying.
as shit.
And when I see someone go up, I want them to fall. I want to see no success.
I'm rooting for a success.
I'm not.
Because it's like a dime a dozen, the success. They're all falling. Like, and it's so funny, but like I was rooting for the girl in the heels. Rooting for her.
You want to know what I dread? And I gotta bring this up. Because like my favorite kind of trends are the ones where, I mean, first of all, this is like someone's going to break their neck or be paralyzed from it. And so like my favorite trends are the ones where people go like way deep dive into, how the crate challenge leads to mainstream media manipulation.
God, yeah.
I read something here. I'll pull it up. It was from the Shade Room, and it said medical expert Dr. Vonda Wright warns viral crate challenge has potential to lead or to cause injuries with lifelong implications.
Shit.
Right? Like,
So does me walking with my shoes untied. Like next.
Yeah,
That's not gonna stop me.
But you know what I'm saying? Like there's those challenges that are like, you know, how the crate challenge has led to scientific
Yeah, like some BuzzFeed article that's gonna come out and like
depression.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you guys do the cinnamon challenge?
where you just put cinnamon in your mouth and try to say something. What was the cinnamon challenge?
it's like a spoonful.
You just couldn't. Yeah, you just have to
and
eat
it,
a spoon of cinnamon.
And it like what's it? I didn't do it, but it like sucks up all the saliva,
Like
in
the
your mouth,
moisture?
so then you're like,
Well, what was
Yeah.
the point of the cinnamon challenge? You would do it
I don't know.
and like try
I
to
don't think you
say
can
something.
succeed
yeah,
at
you
it.
had to
Oh,
like
okay.
do something. There's also not the
Just
same.
like don't cough, I guess.
Yeah, then the same one too was like if you can eat a certain number of saltines
Yeah.
in an allotted time.
Everything is to harm yourself. Like the chip
I know.
challenge, like all of these challenges are like
And if I had a working laptop at the height of YouTube when this was like the shit you put out, like I would have done it.
right. Yeah,
I tell my mom all the time, I'm like, if you bought me a MacBook when I asked for it, I would be YouTube famous.
I think it's this will pass. You know,
Yeah, the
so
great challenge. Well, there'll be a new one next week.
I just love that. I love the challenges where it'll get to the New York Times and then they talk about science
Yeah, and then it's ruined.
or they
and it's
talk
like,
about,
don't be that guy.
you know,
It's like they do that. It's like the kid is like, you can collect the homework. It's like, shut up.
right. Exactly. That was
Yeah.
well put. That was well put. All right. Any other pop culture shit we want to? I mean, we only did a couple things.
I know. Well, you know how I'm rooting for Ben and JLo. So a little quick update on them. A-Rod, he's like so petty boots, took back the Porsche that he gave her and like posted an IG in front of it. Like she already blocked you. She like soft.
He's trying, Mike. He's trying.
Yeah, well, try like he's also like all over like with like Southern Charm, another Bravo show you don't watch. He's like bottom barrel girls.
Why can't he have fun? Just like, bro, JLo be on some shit, bro. She got dicked
Because-
down the moment she left A-Rod.
He
Like,
cheated
why can't
on her.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't
That's
know
why
he
she
cheated.
left him.
Oh, fair.
He was FaceTiming with a girl from a Bravo show.
FaceTiming is FaceTiming cheating? Are we gonna have one of those discussions
No, I don't.
on the air?
But like then was like more.
Call in if you
more-
think FaceTiming is
more
cheating.
text
Is that what we're,
messages came out and stuff that he was like flirting with this like you're laying next to JLo. Your eye shouldn't be looking anyway. She's looking like 21
you're
at 50.
engaged? Yeah.
Engaged. So well, JLo doesn't leave without a ring, so of course. So that's the JLo and A-Rod. But now Ben has been spotted looking at rings.
That's just a disaster. You know it's not gonna work out.
I'm rooting for, he's switched from Dunkin' to Starbucks. That like says a lot about your mental.
What does it say about your mental?
That like you're a little bit more in control. You're like, I want a good coffee. And don't get me wrong, I love my Dunkin'.
You are addicted
but
to
that's
Dunkin'.
because like I'm a trash human. That
Right,
like
you know your place.
Like when I get Starbucks, it's like a flex. I want you to know that I went out of my way because Starbucks doesn't have a drive-through. So like I walked in, I ordered it, I got this. It's Dunkin' is
Let everybody know your
it's like
order.
drinking Aquafina.
Yeah, it's just water.
It's just
Yeah,
there.
it's just
Starbucks is like the Voss.
Got
So
you.
I feel,
The Voss?
yeah, you know, like the big glass.
Oh yeah. I got yeah. No, I didn't know that's how you were thinking. You know, because when you
Yeah, I just feel like he looks better now. I'm like, good for you, Ben.
you're so
proud of
full of
you.
shit. You have such a man crush on him. That's
I
why you
love
say that.
him.
Yeah,
I love him. Love him.
I've never really liked A-Rod as an athlete
Yeah,
either, so,
so
I'm
whatever.
okay with that opinion. I want to do something real quick before you get out of here because the Met Gala is coming up September 13th.
Can't wait. It's
Sponsor-
like my Super Bowl.
Is it really?
Oh, it's my favorite red
Like
carpet.
what a part, like what's the best part about the Met Gala for you?
One that like I know I'll never attend, and that like I'll never be able to know
Sorry, man, I
what's
didn't mean
like
to-
what's inside. I love that like it's just so elite, and I just love that like the red carpet. The looks are always some of them are always top tier.
Well, aren't you going to the Met Gala to wear some dumb shit?
Yeah, but like some people don't. They act like they're going to the Oscars and just roll up in a suit,
Like a
and
tux.
it's like that's not why you're invited.
Is Lil Nas X going to the
I
Met
hope
Gala? Do you
so.
know?
Oh my god, I hope. I have only seen that like it's like the celebrities you'd expect and then like mad TikTokers, which is like
You do realize that they're a part of our society.
I
know,
agree,
like
but then like Bravo celebrities should be invited too.
no, they shouldn't
Yeah-huh.
because
Yeah-huh.
TikTokers they set trends, right? Like TikTokers are setting trends, and when your favorite artist needs their new single played, who do they go to? TikTokers. They dictate
Look,
what happens
I'm all
out
for.
here.
I love an influencer. I have my favorites, but like I also think like now rolling out these invites to like the Addison Rays of the world.
Why?
And, like,
she's trying to pursue acting. She's
I know,
trying to further
I'll
her
watch
career.
The movie. Yeah, but like I don't think she needs it now. Like I don't,
Why? Who the fuck are you to tell her what she needs
same
now?
reason why I don't think James Charles should have been there a couple years ago.
But if you're at the highest, if this is probably as popular as Addison Rae will probably get,
I don't know.
would you not try to capitalize on everything you possibly could,
No,
knowing if TikTok went away?
I'm happy for her. Like I'm jealous I can't go, but I mean I think now it's like, oh, there's room for everyone. Where before the Met Gala seemed like it was very, very pretentious and elite that like not even like they told Simone Biles she couldn't go, but Addison Rae's going, you know? So like I think like there's a big it's now like, okay, that's the route we want to go now. It kind of like just takes away. Like,
well, TikTok
Beyonce's
is every day. TikTok
go.
is every day, whereas the Olympics are, every 4 years where you really get highlighted.
I get it.
Do you know that the Met Gala is sponsored by Instagram? Did you know that? Yes,
wow.
This year's event will be sponsored by Instagram, and its celebrity co-chairs include Naomi Osaka, Billie Eilish, Timothy Chalamet, and Amanda Gorman. I don't know who that is, but I don't know why you shit on the TikTokers, dude. It's sponsored by Instagram, so I mean, if we're gonna do that,
no, Vogue was taking sponsors.
This is just what I read.
Yeah.
So why don't we do something fun here? Why don't we have Mike Montiel's Met Gala? You know what I mean?
I love that.
Let's set the tone here.
I love that.
And the joke with Addison Rae was that she was at a table with Gaga, and like Gaga would mistake her for a waitress.
Totally.
And Addison Rae tweeted back. Did you see? She was like, "I would do anything for you, Gaga." So I like that. So me and Mike have created our tables.
Yeah.
So it would be ourselves and 8 other celebrities. We'll post up a graphic, and you can see whose table you would want to sit at. So do you want to go first with who would be at your table? And I don't know who it's hosted by this year.
No, that's who you just said. You just said the host.
Oh, okay. Co-chairs along with whoever from
Anna
Vogue or
Wintour.
whatever. Got it. Okay. So this is Montiel's Met Gala that
right.
we're attending.
So where I'm coming from, just a little background, is because I have like 3 legit celebrities, and the rest are like, because of TikTokers coming, then I want my Bravo celebrities there. So,
okay, and you have to remember, your table's got to work together, converse.
Yeah, like I've put a lot of thought into it.
Okay.
So I have Benny Drama, who's an influencer who recently was the White House hired, and then like all people went crazy because he did like a video at the White House to get vaccinated. He's my favorite influencer. Paige Desborough from Summer House, so that's a Bravo show, but she's like the fashionista, so I really think she'd like turn a good look, so that's why I was thinking her. Lil Nas was on.
Lil Nas X?
Yep. Garcelle, who's a Real Housewives from Beverly Hills, who I just think will be a good moderator at the table to like help
facilitate small talk if it gets low.
Exactly, yep. Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives, New Jersey. She's the infamous table flip, so like I figured if like my table got a little rowdy, she could kind of comment by flipping the table. Zendaya.
Bitch, I have Zendaya.
Oh
at my
yeah,
table.
well
Okay.
she always turns a look. I want like look girls at my table. I want people who I know will like follow the theme. Billy Porter, who is in Pose, but in the new Cinderella with Camila Cabello, plays the fairy godmother. Showed up in a dress a couple years ago. Love that. And then Candy Muse, who is a RuPaul's drag queen, who just is pure entertainment and like will think she'll turn the look. She could, but like she could also miss it a mile away, but still serve it. And I live for her fantasy.
Your table is really selfish, and I don't know anyone except for Zendaya.
Well, you wouldn't be at my table.
It's also very true. I would not be at your table, but you feel like the general public would look at your table and be like, wow, I respect this.
I think they'd be like, damn, what a good seat. We're laughing, we're having fun, or we have the look girls.
There's no one that's overpowering, so we're kind of all relatively normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, no, now that I'm kind of talking myself into it, I need to know more about your table. That's why my table, a little different. I obviously have superstars and, the elites because...
you have to serve them water.
Right.
Can I take your hat, sir?
I'm a napkin folder at my own table.
Yeah.
So at my table at Mike Montiel's Met Gala, I'm going to have Steph Curry, obviously my hero. I mean, that's just a given. He's just our nation's hero. He's just a kind human being. He's always by my side here. Barack Obama.
Oh, good one.
Because I want to meet a president. Me and Hurley have talked about
Barack.
it. Get the fuck out. Like, really?
Yeah, shook his hand.
No joke?
Labor Day 2018, he came into the Oyster House. The whole restaurant was shut down. I gave him like 8 things of chowder to go and shook his hand.
I'm fucked up. I have been writing the White House every day, and you meet him at Oyster House? Is it that easy? I'm so upset because it is number 1 on my life list to meet a president.
Yeah.
Fucking Oyster House, man.
Shook his hand. My biggest regret is that I didn't take a selfie because I easily could have.
I guess it didn't really happen, so you're a liar. There's no proof. All right, number 3. I feel better now. Number 3, Rihanna. How do you not have Rihanna at your table?
So good. And she is like, I look forward to her coming down. That Pope outfit, never forget.
The yellow dress one, right?
Yep.
And what about the yellow dress that was like all the way up the stairs and shit? So she's not only serving looks, she'll drink.
And
she's great.
She'll smoke in between meals.
Smoke.
Like, love that.
Yes. So I'm surprised you didn't have Rihanna at your table. Probably because it's just not good.
Well, because you know what? Continue.
I have Steve Carell at my table because I'm a huge fan of The Office, you know, and we could fly together since we both live in Massachusetts.
Totally.
Private jet life. I had Zendaya on, but now that Timothy is a co-chair, I'm not turned off by it, but I gotta let it ride. So I'm gonna go Kehlani because I do need to have some Bay Area representation.
Yep.
Number 6, I have JLo because I feel like I do need a cougar at my table. I feel like,
and she always looks great too.
I've interviewed JLo twice.
And
fun. Like, you know, and I basically shot my shot with her.
And what'd she say? Like, no.
She talked to me like a child.
Yeah.
so I mean, but I feel she's so good at just talking, like, and just like such
she's
a fun,
a professional.
Right. So I think, you know, and JLo is, and then I'll go down the Mike Montiel route. I would want a random IG influencer, someone who, like, if all else fails, you know, I'll be able to make love to at the end because, you know, we're both kind of relatively wolves now.
You really think? Okay. Who is it?
She's a Dutch blogger. Her name is Nijin or Negan.
Well, you're already out.
Mir Sally.
Name.
Yeah, she looks fly. She's on Forbes 30 under 30. She's a boss. She's like a travel blog person. So that was just an influencer I picked up out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
And then this is my last one. I was really in between Liza Gonzalez and Diane Guerrero. I have a huge crush on Diane Guerrero from Orange is the New Black.
Yes. I like
her.
her.
I think I'm going to have to stick to my roots and go Diane Guerrero.
Yeah, she's a good one. And she's another one, like, I feel like could talk to anyone.
And if it got political, you know, like, she has a really awesome story too. Yeah. So that's my table. Hurley, if you had to choose right now,
that's not fair. Hurley doesn't know any people at my table.
Well,
yeah, I was just as lost as you were.
Well, maybe you're intimidated by my table and you're like, I feel...
You're there.
I feel like it is a matter of how well people at your table would be able to get along.
That's what I'm saying.
I do actually think Mike's might be better just because they seem to be more of the same person.
But aren't they all fighting for clout? Like, don't they all want...
they're all fame.
I know, but, like, doesn't one person want to be more popular than the other? So you're like, you know,
I think
they're all fighting for attention.
They're all happy to be there, just like Addison Rae will be on the 13th.
Was that a subtle dig there?
Just a little jab.
She is going to be the most Hollywood that will come out of TikTok. Yeah, a bunch of the TikTokers.
I'm gonna watch her movie that's coming out on Netflix. I can't wait.
It's gonna be so awful, and you know it, dude. Because
I love a shitty Netflix rom-com.
Who would be your host?
Oh, who would be hosting?
Yeah,
Beyonce. First and foremost.
Oh, that's a good one, Mike.
Beyonce will be the host. Because they do like 4, right? I'd like to see Harry Styles.
Don't make me, because then I'll have to come up with 3 others.
Yeah.
I think just one host.
All right, Beyonce's hosting.
I am gonna go complete opposite I guess. I'm gonna go Chelsea Handler.
Good one.
Yeah, I feel like she's someone that can roast A-listers all the way down. She doesn't give a fuck.
Totally.
And I feel like, you know, she can handle that pressure. She's just someone that you can put in there.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Right? So we'll post up a graphic of whose table would you rather sit at. I don't understand how people wouldn't want to sit at my table. So
you don't even know. You can even say the girl's name at one of at your table.
That's what we got to get to know each other. Mm-hmm. And you know, like that's great. It's intriguing. So that way, like I can ask questions. I can be curious because I know about everybody else around. So I can like be genuinely curious about that person, and we could like it's like a first date almost, right?
Sure.
That's really that's all I had. So what's on your charcuterie board here? So you got your booked and blessed mug.
Booked and blessed mug. My only way to drink or spill tea for the last couple months. My I'm very busy notebook. I think I brought her last time, but she just fit the vibe, so I brought her back. And then a pair of cheap sunglasses because I'm not responsible enough for Ray-Bans.
Dude,
still.
Don't even sweat it because I lost my Ray-Bans and I like whether it's you lose them, you never have an expensive pair of sunglasses.
Nope. I'm just not responsible.
I get them from the gas station every time. It doesn't matter though. I do feel like, you know, when I'm on like a boat or something, I
know that I'm rolling up with like the CVS aviators. I'm like rebending them back because they're just so made out of aluminum foil. But it's just if I buy an expensive pair, just like I might as well just throw money out on the street.
Right. Yeah, I average like $150 per. So
yeah.
Any other pop stuff, man? Because this was awesome. I had a great time here.
No, this was it. I mean, whenever I come back, I'm sure I'll have more.
I told Mike, I was like, hey man, maybe I should have you on once a month, and then it went all the way up and then got into his head and then his head exploded.
Yep.
And so
he's
like,
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
See you in September.
What is my show lacking?
Last week's episode was good.
With Ashley?
Yeah.
You liked it?
Good.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people love The Real World and they love her. She's such a dope vibe.
She followed me back. I was pumped.
Get out of here. Oh, see, when you're authentic and true to yourself and really genuinely care, that's what happens. Yeah, that's dope. So I feel like once we post the graphic, that's what I'm looking most forward to see whose table people are going to be sitting at. And we appreciate you coming through. Episode 20, man. 20, son. So, this has been episode 20 of the It's Always Something podcast. This was a great sequel. I feel like this was a good sequel.
Maybe we're ready for a franchise.
Maybe we're... Had to slip that in there. Had to sprinkle that in there. Episode 20 of the It's Always Something podcast. JD, I'm out of here. All right.